Hello and welcome back to the BU Show, where we discuss being unapologetically unique. I'm your co-host Jen, and we have our co-host Sonia with us today, and I am so excited for our topic today. Sonia, this topic I know we've discussed probably a few times in different avenues and different ways, but I really want to touch upon goals and priorities. They sort of go together. And being that we're in January, a lot of people are talking about changes and what they want to do in their lives and everything. And in order to align both, we need to evaluate what is what. Yeah. So, if you don't mind, I want to just jump right in.
Well, we usually do just jump right in because we don't need to keep people hanging on. If we've got something we want to talk about, we're there. So, yeah, goals and priorities, right?
Exactly. So, goals are long-term, future, either 3 months, 6 months, a year. A lot of people make vision boards for goals and everything. Priorities are the here and now, today. What are your priorities in your life? Now, Sonia and I are in two different realms. I'm a single parent, so my priorities are around my daughter, time management, making sure I can balance her schedule, my schedule, everything like that. Sonia, lucky her, is in a different period of life where she doesn't have to worry about that. And then our goals, long term or short term, are going to correlate with the priorities. You want to make sure they're balanced. So, Sonia?
Yeah, really what it is our goals are like the bigger picture, right? Mm-hmm. So we can see where we want to be, like you said, in 3 months, 6 months, or a year. But it could also just be the big picture of something that we want to achieve. And the priorities come in where we learn to say, yes, I want to prioritize that. That is my focus. Or we learn to say, no, not now. That's not for me. And put those things like in the right shifting points. I think that, a lot of people are afraid to set goals because we've talked about a couple times how fear creeps in. So people are afraid to set goals because they don't want to fail, which we did talk about failure there just last week or so. But when we set priorities, these are things that we know perhaps might even just be like a prioritized list of daily tasks. Like you said, you have to do time management, with the various activities that you have with your little throughout the week. Yeah. Those things have to be in place. Those are your priorities.
Your priorities are your non-negotiables that you're not going to budge from. And you're absolutely right. And those need to be right there on the top.
Yeah, because those are like really key aspects of your self-care. Another thing that we advocate a lot on this channel. So if you are new to the BU Show, we welcome you. We're excited to have you here listening in. We love to just share our thoughts and our passions and our love of coffee and all things positive. And so we welcome you, and you can always go back and watch any of our videos and catch up on some of the topics that we've focused on. But with priorities, you have to have those in place for your self-care. If you don't set some priorities, then you really are not having any boundaries in your life. And then it's so easy to, quote, fall off the wagon, right? Get distracted, go on those little squirrel moments, and go down those rabbit holes that could totally waste your energy for a whole day, a whole week, whatever it might be. So we really feel that a priority is so much more important than a goal, because it's a daily task, usually task related, that you are prioritizing your own self-care.
Mm-hmm. And when you think about your priorities and goals, they need to make sure, like we've said, they align. For me, my priorities right now are making sure I'm getting my finances in order, because my goal is to be able by the end of this year is possibly purchase a home for my daughter and I. So my priority has to align with the goals to make these achievable and make them happen. Um, Whether it can be work related, whether it can be personal. I know I was talking with Sonia about, oh my God, I stepped on the scale. That, oh, and I'm like, okay, I really have to get things in check. So my priority right now has to be myself and making sure I take out some time in the day to work on myself and make sure I get my health back on in check, because I have a goal that I want to achieve weight wise and stuff like that. So my priority is, okay, self-care, making sure I'm getting that nutrients, drinking that water, cutting out certain things. Um, and it's things like that, those little changes in your life that will help you achieve those goals. And that's why goals and priorities need to really, you need to mesh them, because without priorities being in line with goals, you're not going to achieve the end result.
Yeah, like to have that big achievement goal at the end, you have to have some sort of vision. And it has to be something that you visualize seeing done. Jen, you just mentioned many people this time of year are creating dream boards or vision boards, and because they're visual people, they need to see it right in front of them. And an important part about choosing your priorities is by having that vision. So even if you're not one to quote be in the creative realm and make a vision board or whatever, it might even just be a list, a goal list, and you visualize seeing those goals achieved in your life. Then you can break it down and say, what priorities do I need to have in order to reach those goals? And these things might be in the different areas of your life. So we've just mentioned self-care and how important self-care goals are and priorities are. But there's also the area of like business. So you could have priorities in your business. You might say that, I am making all of my sales calls on Tuesday mornings. I'm doing all of my follow-ups on Thursdays. Or if you're not in a sales environment, you might still have, we want to see this much accomplished this month. And so in order for that to happen, how do I prioritize? Well, we need to have corporate meetings, and focal meetings, and, like finding out what those priorities are in order to reach the goal. And so it might be self-care, it might be business, it might just be in personal growth. So certain things help us, because any of you who have watched these, our channel, know that I am a huge advocate for mental health and emotional well-being. And so when we prioritize those kind of things, and as we reach towards goals, we recognize that, hey, I have to set a boundary here because this is not good for me. This will drain my energy. I will feel like I am being pressured into something that is not who I feel right to be. Acknowledging those mental and emotional things. So you need to have that clear vision in all of those areas, right, Jen?
100%. And like you said, it can be not only personal, it can be business. I know we each run our own business, as well as me running, going and working that 9-to-5 job. So having that balance, okay, how are we going to achieve your goals in my everyday business, but then achieving my goals in my personal business, and then mine. So making sure that you are very, like you said, having those lists, having those, okay, on this day we're going to do this, on this day we're going to do this, to make sure that you're achieving the set outcome.
And we can be very clear, we are not professionals.
No,
this is something that we talk about because it's challenging for us, for each of us. And we both we talk every day, we message all the time, because These are things that we are seeking to keep in check with each other. So, we're not sure where you're at in your life, but, we would love to communicate with you. We would love to hear from you. Comment below, give us some feedback on how you prioritize, or perhaps even an achievement goal you're reaching for, or you can email us at thebushow@gmail.com. We'd love to hear your story. We'd love to, cheer you on. We're small enough as a channel that we can still invest in each of you individually, and that's something we want to do. And we hope to continue to grow. So if you really are appreciating the content that we bring to YouTube and the value, we are asking that you would like this video, subscribe to our channel so that YouTube is aware that, it's something that you enjoy, and feel free to, tag somebody or share it with somebody that maybe, could just use a little bit of encouragement, or maybe you had a discussion with them on this very same topic. We would just love to see that happen so that we can continue to communicate these things in a real authentic way, because that's exactly what the BU show is all about, being unapologetically unique and authentic.
Definitely. And if you really like us and want to even support our show even more, you can buy us a coffee. It's a great way to help support us. We love our coffee. We always have our coffee. We always have our little coffee mugs. And we are not supported by any coffee companies or anything like that, but we just love coffee and the feeling and the warmth. So if you want to buy us a coffee, feel free to buy us coffee. It's a great way to support us. So, Sonia, this topic I've been talking about this for a while, and January is always a time where, for me, I'm a visual person. I do my vision board, or a goal board, or whatever people want to say. And before the show, we were talking about, okay, oh my gosh, this has happened in this. But in order for me to achieve these things, I need to make sure that this and this are in line. Right. And that's why I felt that this topic was going to hit home with so many people in so many walks of life, because
that's right.
We all have goals we want to achieve in life.
Right. And that's why we didn't pick, sorry, Jen, to interrupt. That's why we didn't pick apart this topic and dive deep into our own personal opinions or drives that you should follow, because we each are individual. Right. Mm-hmm. And each one of us is going to be coming at this topic from a very different place. So thanks for touching on that, Jen. It's true.
Exactly. And the most important thing, and I think this is, you'll probably hear me reiterate this watching it, is just making sure you've got that alignment, making sure the priorities and your goals align so you can achieve what you want. It's taken me personally a while to figure that out, because if they don't align, and if you've got things blocking it, you're not going to achieve those things.
And you're not growing.
No. And honestly, a light bulb went off for my personal business right now as I'm talking about this, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I got some things that I know I need to do to achieve what I want to in my personal business. So like you said, I'm not going to tell people, okay, this is what you have to do to achieve that. Because like you said, I'm not a professional in this whatsoever, nor are you. But we all are capable of greatness. And that's something that we've talked about over and over and beaten a dead horse. But you all are. You just need to really believe in yourselves to make it happen. And this is one thing, baby steps to see that change and transformation that you can achieve.
We speak from experience and we speak from the heart. And truly, we just hope you've been encouraged by taking a few minutes out of your day to watch our show. We are forever grateful. Wonderful to be building up this community. And we're just grateful that you're here.
Well, Sonia, excuse me.
Mm-hmm. That happens.
Yes, it does. Well, everyone, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Go out there, make things happen for yourself, because you guys are all unapologetically unique. And that's why we love you. Sonia, it's been a great topic today. Thank you so much.
Raising our mugs of love to you all.
All right. Have a great one.
Bye.
Bye.